From the towering Wasatch Mountains of the American Southwest, we welcome you to this episode of Undiscovered Utah. This show focuses on the mysteries that surround the rugged, difficult, and sometimes deadly American Southwest. I'm your host, JB, and on tonight's show, we're going to introduce you to over 600 miles of approved side-by-side trails that are located in a beautiful high mountain setting with many fantastic fishing lakes and wildlife viewing galore. This isn't the Paiute trail system that we talked about a few months ago. This trail system is called the Arapeen Trail. It is a totally free trail system that has many access points. And just like the Paiute trail system, the towns near this trail system welcome the off-road enthusiasts with open arms. Many of the towns have motels or campgrounds that you can reserve and ride right from your accommodations without having to trailer your vehicle to the trail. Speaking of accommodations, there are tons of Forest Service camping spots within the area of the trail system, and even places that you can just pull off and boondock. Unlike the world-famous trails in Moab, St. George, and Kanab, Utah, the Arapeen Trail System is much less crowded. And if you live along the Wasatch Front, the trail system is only an hour or two away. If you don't have a side-by-side but are still intrigued by the opportunity, fear not. There are many rental places in the towns near the trail system that rent side-by-sides. And again, you can ride the trail system right from the rental company without having to trailer the machine. Now, this trail system isn't just for side-by-sides. Jeeps, Broncos, trucks, motorcycles, ATVs, they're all welcome. So, where is the Arapeen Trail System? It is located in the Manti La Salle National Forest and traverses elevations from 6,000 feet to over 11,000 feet. The views are absolutely stunning. Because much of the trail system is so high in elevation, this area is a great trail system to ride during those hot summer days. Oh, and in the fall, the colors of the aspen trees change is a sight to behold. You can access the Arapeen Trail System from the following towns: Fairview, Mount Pleasant, Spring City, Ephraim, Manti, Sterling, Mayfield, Huntington, Orangeville, Castle Dell, Clawson, Farron, just to name a few. Just make sure you follow the designated routes within these towns if you're on your off-road vehicles. We here at Undiscovered Utah just love this trail system and have taken advantage of it many, many times. It is easy enough to get to that we can just make a day trip of it and do a few of the trails, or make an extended weekend and do the northern half or the southern half of the trail system. So, how difficult are the trails? Is it just dirt roads, or are there some challenging areas? Well, that's a great question. There are trails for all skill levels. The one thing that is an absolute must is you must stay on the trails. That is the only way that we can keep these types of places open and accessible. The Arapeen Trail System is a very well-marked trail system. Signage with the trail numbers and the difficulty ratings are all over the place, making it easy to ride your comfort level. There are 3 designations of trail difficulty: easy, more difficult, and most difficult. Easy trails are identified with a trail number inside of a circle or a green circle. More difficult are identified with the trail number inside a square or a blue square. Most difficult trails are identified with the trail number inside a diamond or a black diamond. I would highly recommend purchasing the Deluxe Arapeen OHV Trail Map from UtahATVTrails.org's website. Sure, you can use an app like AllTrails or Onyx. I did that once and ended somewhere above Manti and came to a 50-inch trail with a gate that was 50 inches across and had to backtrack for miles and miles. Get the map. It's the same price as a Happy Meal. And believe me, you'll be happy you have the map. There are 50-inch trails, as I said before, and 66-inch trails, and also some single-track trails for our friends on dirt bikes. The website UtahATVTrails.org has 4 different ride suggestions for those of you who are new to the Arapeen Trail system. They are the Mount Pleasant Trail, the Ephraim Trail, the Manti Trail, and the Mayfield Trail. The Mount Pleasant Trail is 58 miles long and consists of easy to more difficult sections. The Ephraim Trail is 48 miles long and consists of easy, more difficult, and one most difficult trail section. The Manti Trail is 41 miles long and is easy the whole way, and the Mayfield Trail is easy and more difficult sections. Again, these trails and their respective trail numbers are all included in the Deluxe Arapeen OHV Trail Map. Can people visiting from outside Utah still ride the Arapeen Trail? Absolutely. Just keep in mind, if you're going to be the driver, you must obtain a Utah Off-Highway Vehicle Education Permit. The fee for this permit is $30 and is good for 12 months from the time of the purchase. You can find more information by going to recreation.utah.gov website. There is much more to see and do in Utah than just the mighty 5 national parks, and you will be doing yourself a huge misservice if not seeing some of the other spectacular sights while you are visiting the state of Utah. When southern Utah starts to get too hot, head to the lofty mountains of Utah to enjoy the Arapeen Trail and the beautiful alpine setting found along its path. Next, I want to share with you some fun facts about the Arapeen Trail. First off, how did the Arapeen Trail get its name? Well, the trail system is named after Chief Arapeen, a Native American chief that lived in what today is San Pete Valley. Earlier, you said there were places to fish along the Arapeen Trail. What are they? Well, there are too many to list, as there are over 40 lakes and ponds that offer fishing opportunities. If you have the map, you'll find them easily enough. My family loves to go geocaching. Are there any geocaching sites along the Arapeen Trail? Yes, there is. For more information, again, get the Deluxe Arapeen Trail Map. And no, I don't get paid to advertise for the map. It's just a really good map to have. I want to ride all 600 miles of the trail. How long will it take me? Well, it will take you about as long as it takes you. Did you know that at an elevation of 10,000 feet above sea level, they made a mammoth discovery within the Arapeen Trail System? Near the beautiful alpine setting of Huntington Reservoir, they discovered in ice-cold mud the remnants of a Columbian mammoth, believed to be one of the last surviving Columbian mammoths to live in North America. When they discovered the remains, they were so well preserved that they said, quote, "It was so fresh that we thought we could smell rotting meat in one place," unquote. Can you imagine that? An animal that supposedly went extinct 10,000 years ago, when it was unearthed a few decades ago, they thought they could smell rotting meat. And do you know who that quote came from? It wasn't some goofy guy like me. It came from the Utah State paleontologist Dr. David Gillette. Today, there is a nice display area where you can pull off the road and read about the discovery. If you go to the Natural History Museum in Price, Utah, you can actually see this mammoth on display. It's pretty cool. You should stop in. One of the main passages within the Arapeen Trail System is called the Skyline Drive. This road starts at Tucker, Utah, along Highway 6 and travels south along towering ridge lines all the way down to I-70. This part of the Arapeen Trail System is also part of the Great Western Trail, which stretches from Canada all the way to Mexico. The pull-offs offer some of the most majestic views you will ever see. We love this part of Utah and the Arapeen Trail System and highly recommend you get out and explore this area on those hot summer days, because at these elevations, you might still want a jacket even in August. Well, that's it for tonight's episode. Remember to be safe and respectful while visiting these amazing areas of the Great Southwest and have fun exploring. You can find us on the internet at undiscoveredutah.com or on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Just search for Undiscovered Utah and be sure to follow us. Also, tell your friends about Undiscovered Utah. We would love for them to join this podcast. Also, just tell them to search for Undiscovered Utah. Please join us next time as I share more about the Great Southwest. Good night, everybody.